Reactionary Musings. The state of Who fandom and finding your happy place. Hello there. This video has been bubbling away in the back of my consciousness for a while now, and I've decided to finally bring it to life. Today, children, we're going to be talking about the state of Doctor Who fandom. It is no secret that Doctor Who fandom is in a bit of a state right now. While no two Doctor Who fans have ever been able to agree on anything, the advent of New Who in 2005 brought a volcanic eruption into a fandom that had, more or less and with the exception of a few outlier nutters, settled into a kind of happy comfortability with itself. But the new series, and the advent of a whole new generation of fans, many of whom were only interested in the new series, created a schism in what had been a relatively settled community. This schism only increased a billionfold in 2017, of course, with the casting of Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. The ideologically motivated casting of a female in a male role, made even more divisive by the inflammatory rhetoric spouted by the BBC, the new production team and even the new lead, made the New Who schism look like a minor tremor in comparison. And, tragically, more and more older fans seem to be walking away every day. Just in the last week I've had two older school fans tell me they just can't be doing with it anymore, in one case just New Who and fandom, and in another case, the entire thing. I sympathize. If you look back at the video I made in 2017 following the casting announcement, I felt much the same. There's something deeply wrong in the state of Denmark when fans of decades standing are walking away from a franchise they have loved for so long in complete disinterest and disgust. But wait. This isn't actually a video about New Who, Femi Who, Jodie Pistaker or what wankers SJW fans are. Nope. I'm not doing a Bo Lesterek, no offense. I'm making this video because I just don't think it's necessary. Look, I think the casting of a female doctor was and is a complete fucking joke, and that the people and ideology behind the current version of the program, and indeed the current BBC and so much of current society, is sick, twisted, mentally ill and completely fucked up. What I'm saying is, you really shouldn't let these lunatics fuck you up this much. To put it another way, fuck 'em. Given my opinions and my view of all this lunacy, you'd think I'd be pretty pissed off right now. But I'm actually in something of a happy place in regards to Doctor Who. Why? Because rather than rage against the madness, which will die out eventually anyway, one way or another, I've just stepped back from it, and rather than throw away the entire thing because of it, I'm embracing the good stuff more than ever. Fuck Series 11, shinballs etc. I don't care about any of it. As far as I'm concerned, Classic Who died in 1989, and New Who, the always inferior televised fan fiction parallel universe spin-off show, died in 2017. Honestly, I literally actually even forgot there was a Series 11 the other day. I have actually just come to think of New Who as a 10-season show. I don't like a lot of it, though as I've said many times before, there is some good stuff and I am very fond of a lot of the Matt Smith era. But I find it shocking and sad that some fans are even walking away from the classic series because they feel it has been so contaminated by the modern garbage. I just don't get this. For one thing, it's letting these wankers win. For another, it's just hurting yourself. The original show is still there. It hasn't changed. No matter what retroactive bollocks or gender-bending nonsense is thrown in and retconned by the current ideologically brainwashed and brain-dead modern hacks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the original show, no matter how much they desperately want it to. New Who has never been a canonical continuation anyway, and to try and pretend it is now is nothing short of fucking hilarious. I just laugh at this shit now. I watched the Macra Terror animation the other day, and I loved it. Glorious to see a new second Doctor story for the very first time, and in widescreen color HD to boot. Fantastic. And it seems fairly certain there will be more animations of missing stories, and there are even rumors of Big Finish animating some of theirs. I've also been watching many other stories this year, from Davison to Trotton to Tom to Smithy, and still enjoying it. I guess the point I'm making is that you don't have to do a bid med and throw the baby out with the bath water. If you hate the current shit, don't watch it. If you don't like some of the forums, fuck them. I mean, who but rabid psychos frequent scally-free base these days anyway? Avoid the wanker fans on YouTube. And if there are YouTubers you do like who do unfortunately still cover new poo, just don't watch those particular videos. You don't have to be subsumed in the stuff you hate, but that doesn't mean you have to throw out the stuff you love. I'm actually more enthusiastic and enjoying the show more now than I have for a couple of years, even in spite of the fact that I have not changed my view of its current lunatic direction one iota, and it saddens me to see the toxicity surrounding the current iteration and some of its nutty or activists pushing other fans away altogether. To sum up, you need to find your happy place. And fuck the rest of it.